everybody, welcome to today's episode. Wanted to give a couple quick disclaimers. As always, everything that I discuss is going to be considered alleged and allegations only. Ralph will not be talking about this or discussing any of the situation with anybody or anything. This is me discussing the situation because after hearing about everything that he went through, it is disgusting, reprehensible, horrific, and there needs to be awareness and accountability on CDOCs. And this is why when I ask you guys to share the videos, it's not for likes or I don't even know how YouTube does the payments or whatever on their videos or whatever. It's not for any of that reason. It's because the awareness of what has happened has to get out. So that is the reason why I ask you guys to share the videos as much as I do. With all that being said, so ICC Part 2, that's what this one's about. So he was at Lieber Correctional from November of 2018 through approximately May of 2019. You can go back to watch the last video, it'll talk about it. So when they couldn't kill him at Lieber, they went ahead and they moved him to Kirkland. When he was transferred into Kirkland, again, about May of 19, from May of 19 to December of 2020, so about a year and a half, he was at Kirkland. During this time, he was subjected to extreme starvation, extreme isolation, lack of communication, lack of hygiene, everything you can possibly imagine that would put you through literal hell is what he was subjected to. So the first 8.5 months that he was there, he was given zero, I wish I was kidding, zero food, nothing to eat, nothing. When he arrived to South Carolina, he was approximately 220 pounds. I'll come back to that later. He was given zero to eat. The only thing he was eating was the bugs, the insects, and the rodents that were in his cell. That's it. When they saw that starving him wasn't working to kill him, they then attempted to force feed him feces laced with Visine because Visine is a constrictor. When you consume too much Visine, it constricts your vessels and it kills you. So they were trying to kill him by not giving him food, and if you want to call it food, what they did try to force feed him was laced with something that they knew was going to kill him. So it was not even hidden that they were attempting to continue to attempt to try to kill him. The lack of hygiene was absolutely horrific. He was not given any kind of soap, toothpaste, toothbrush, hairbrush, razors to clip his face, his head, nothing. All of his laundry was done in a bucket in his cell. And when I say all of his laundry, I'm referring to one jumpsuit, one pair of boxers, one pair of socks, and a bed sheet because he was forced to sleep on a concrete slab. They didn't even give him a bed to sleep on. Everything was just bare minimum. And here you go. If you die kind of thing. So communication was cut off. They did not allow any incoming or outgoing mail. Any communication that was incoming or outgoing, they collected and they threw out. He was erased from Colorado's system, from South Carolina's system. There was no trace of him anywhere. They were trying to eliminate him from existence. So with all of that being said, about 8.5 months or so into his duration at Kirkland, they started having staffing moving around and such kind of things. There was a staff member that came to him that was a staff member from the mail room. That is how he found out that they were withholding his mail. This person came to him and snuck him a postcard and said, "F this place, I'm getting out of here. By the way, here you go." It was a postcard from one of Ralph's friends it basically said, "Hey bro, how are you doing? Hope you're doing all right. Haven't heard from you. Here's my phone number. Call me if you can," kind of thing. So a couple weeks after that particular postcard came through, another staff member that was seeing everything that was going on and was totally disgusted with how Ralph was being treated, went ahead and snuck him the use of a phone, wheeled it over to his room or to his cell, opened a little bean slot, put the phone right there and said, "Hey, you got 15 minutes, I'll be back," and took off. So he was able to sneak a phone call. That particular phone call is what set in the series of events to get him transferred out of Kirkland to the next facility, which I'll cover in the next video. So as all of these things were going on, these staffing, he was able to get a postcard, a phone call. There was another staff member that was transferred in. This particular staff member was a higher up staff member. I won't name them or their position, but we do have all of that in the contact info and all that stuff. So this particular staff member then approached Ralph and was like, "Why is Colorado and South Carolina both telling me that I need level 5 military clearance to find out who you are and why you're here?" And he goes, "Your guess is as good as mine. They won't tell me why I'm here either," kind of thing. So this staff member had massive compassion on Ralph, and thank you if you ever watch this video, greatly appreciated. This particular staff member, seeing what was going on and how he was being treated, snuck him out of his cell. At that point was the first shower that he had in over 8 months. 8 months. He was giving himself bird baths in his cell. At that point, when he was able to get a shower, is also when he was able to get clippers, get his face cleaned, get his hair cleaned, and they saw open sores on it because of the lack of hygiene and the matting that he had all over. As that was also being revealed, the same staff member, the administrative staff member, gave him medical cream, like ointment stuff to put on the open sores to heal the sores. At that point, because of that particular staff member, is when he started getting actually fed. This staff member would everything was done secretly. The staff member would sneak him food, candy bars, popped soda cans, pops, candy bar, popcorn, you name it, little things here and there, kind of food. That's when he started eating food again after 8.5 months of when he was already there. Now, mind you, for that last duration, from that point on to the time when he transferred out of Kirkland, remember I said he was 220 pounds? He had gained weight up to about 160 to 170 pounds when he was transferred out, meaning he was far less than that when this particular staff member started feeding him. So from 220 down to about 150, 140, he had lost over 80 to 100 pounds because of the starvation. But I digress. Okay. These type of things really piss me off, so I'm trying to control myself in these videos, so forgive me if I get a little in here, but it really bothers me and it really pisses me off. So at that point, like I said, this staff member was sneaking him food, and he was finally able to start gaining weight again. She would give him books, things to read, you know, just to kind of treat him like a human being. So that is everything that occurred. High points. There is so much more regarding the treatment that he endured between Lieber and Kirkland. I mean, the beatings, the shootings, the stabbings, the hangings, the burnings, like you name it. It's disgusting and reprehensible, and I won't go into detail on these videos because I'm trying to keep it at high points, but it's absolutely horrific, and there needs to be accountability and awareness. So as always, thank you guys so much for watching these and sharing these. Again, please share as much as you can. Awareness and accountability, that's my goal here. So in the next video, I'm going to discuss how we got him transferred into the next facility, and that's where I enter the picture, where I met him and did what I did in order to get him back to Colorado. So as always, like, share, subscribe, please share. If you guys have questions, leave it in the comments, and we'll go ahead and get everything answered as much as I can. So until then, hope everybody is doing well, and we'll catch you on the flip side.